What's going on, everybody? This is Jacob. If you're watching the Tom O'Brien Show, man, we have a good show in store for you today. Of course, we're going to be joined by Tim Ord. And I mean, on that note, take a look at this gold contract, right? I mean, what a move to the upside right now, up 1.83%, 2,844. And you're finally getting to see some movement in the miners as well. You have AEM up 4.85%. Let's take a look at that GDX, the VanEck Gold Miners ETF, up 4.34. And then our boys over at Vista Gold right now up 10.47%. That was a Tom favorite. Vista Gold was, of course. We've had Fred Ernest, the CEO, on multiple times here for the Tom O'Brien Show. If you want to check out any of those archives, you go visit us at YouTube, Tiger Financial News Network, and just type in Fred Ernest into the bar, and you will find those. I mean, this is pretty neat. Some decent volume, too, right? This has been a little bit embattled recently. You had a high of 82 cents last year in October, and we've slowly just kind of burned down. You had a high volume move right here around November 14th, and kind of so on, right? Massive wick, kind of the upside here again on some big volume, a lot of selling. It's been somewhat volatile, right? But it seems like kind of breaking out a little bit. This is nice. What we're really looking for, and this is cool, but a meaningful move in silver miners as well. Of course, the silver contract is up 3.65%. But if you're not getting some, the moves in silver can oftentimes kind of confirm the moves in gold as well. And so be interesting to see how the miners of silver do. Let's see right now. We got SPY up 0.68%, Composite up 0.43%, Dow Jones Industrial up about 0.6% at 44,983. Looks like we might soon crack that 45,000. And the Russell, man, this is awesome. I got to figure out what that leveraged ETF was with the Russell. I think it's a URTY, perhaps. Let's check it out here. Man, I've been loving these things, these leveraged ETFs. I did, at the end of the day, get into TSLZ. Now, thankfully, I sold before this. I was up about 10%. This Tesla earnings, this is insane to me. I'm almost near just not even talking about this equity anymore. Because, and I've said it multiple times, I mean, this is like meme stocked almost, right? It is disconnected entirely from fundamentals. Of course, you can say it's a growth company or it's an AI company, and that's fine or whatever. But, I mean, as it stands now, they are a vehicle company. That's where they get a majority of their revenue from. And of course, they're building out, what are they calling it? Cortex, 50,000 H100 GPU clusters. And but they are still using that just to manage their unsupervised full self-driving, okay? So you're up 4.33% today. This morning, when I had gotten in, let's see here, you obviously had some major movement to the upside aftermarket. So earnings comes out, right? Dumps entirely. You have, inexplicably, it's just some, I don't know if some kind of buy point was triggered or something with the dip, but I mean, it shot up pretty strong. You're up at 412 right at open, and it just dumps throughout the day, right? Now, I had really anticipated this continuing to have some exuberance to the upside throughout the day. I was going to add more to the leverage bear position. When it started dumping like this, I was like, okay, man, I don't know. That gave me some pause. I got out with a profit. It was okay. I didn't really have a lot of money in it. Whatever. I just wanted to at least have some dog in the fight there. I had a low of 384.41, and then we have slowly just climbed throughout the day, and now we're up 4.29% at 405.86. I don't know how funds can justify Tesla now, right? I mean, you're at 1.3 trillion. I was not in any way impressed with the earnings, and I definitely was not thrilled with the call either. And again, I want to clarify too, because this gets a little bit heated. I am not like a Trump hater or anything, or excuse me, a Trump hater. I'm not like a Musk hater or anything like that. I think SpaceX is cool. I think if SpaceX were public, I would probably own some of that, just depending, because I think it's very neat and it is legit what they're doing in a major way. But Tesla, I mean, you know, you have decreasing revenues there. Of course, your energy storage was up. That was nice. I mean, what, it's comprising a little bit above 10% of total revenues. Give me a second. I just want to get the actual report up here. Yes, you had total automotive revenues in Q4 was about 19 billion. You're off 8% year over year. The energy generation and storage is up 113%, but I think that's a little bit dependent on outside factors. It's kind of tough. And then services and other revenue, a 31% increase is fine, right? But I mean, we're talking about, you know, a total revenue, at least in Q4, of 25 billion. 77, let's see here. What are we at here? Yeah, 97.6 billion total revenue for 2024. That is a 1% increase. And we're talking about, and that's just revenue, and we're talking about a market cap here of 1.3 trillion. What I think bothered me, again, was him constantly talking like, hey, in June, we're going to get this out. We're going to have the full unsupervised self-driving. And, you know, that's fine. But, I'm even if it does work, right, what is the regulatory kind of runway to get that to be operated throughout this country, right? I mean, I look at Waymo. I think it's only a $45 billion kind of valuation right now. Okay, so I mean, how long does it take to ramp any value if you actually do get something like, you know, the robo-taxi, passed and everyone can use it, and Uber starts developing it, or whatever it might be, or Tesla develops an app and you can order these things. I think there's still a long, kind of legal journey for that. Now, obviously, he has some favor with this administration, so the regulatory kind of conditions are a little bit beneficial for that. But I still don't think that gets us to 1.3 trillion anytime soon. I don't think, an 111 PE kind of makes sense right now with it. And what bothered me the most was him talking about Optimus, right? And the reason why it bothered me is because I feel like he kind of does this sometimes, where like things are not so good, and he keeps promising these insane kind of moves. And he's like, Optimus, this is going to have revenues of $10 trillion. I know that sounds, quote, bananas, but it's going to happen. It's like, geez, man, like, what are you even supposed to say to that? I don't know. I'm surprised this is up right now. Be careful shorting Tesla. That's kind of the moral of the story. So right there, folks, we'll be right back with Tim Ord right after this break.